Hello, everyone. Good evening. So good to see your smiling faces. This is Minerva, and these are today's top news. The Taliban have taken complete control of Panjshir province, the last area in Afghanistan being held by resistance forces, the group's spokesman, Zabihullah Mujahid, said on Monday. Pictures on social media showed Taliban members standing in front of the gate of the Panjshir provincial governor's compound. There was no immediate word from Ahmad Massoud, the leader of the opposition group resisting Taliban forces. Mujahid informed of the victory in Panjshir in a tweet stating that the last stronghold of the mercenary enemy, Panjshir province, was completely conquered. The Taliban also released a video of them hoisting their flag on the governor's house in Panjshir. In another video, commander of the Badr force that led the fight against the Panjshir rebellion, Maulvi Hidayatullah Badr, could be seen assuring the local commanders that they were forgiven and will never be trialed or executed. Feel free to roam around the country, he could be heard saying in the video. According to reports, Taliban fighters could not win complete victory in Panjshir, hence, the Badri Bridge was called in, along with suicide attackers, break the Panjshiri defensive lines. It is after 43 years that the Massoud family has lost control of this remote valley. Following the victory, Zabihullah Mujahid, in a statement, maintained that with the help of Almighty God and the support of our people, the latest efforts towards complete security in the country have also yielded results, and Panjshir province has come under the complete control of the Islamic Emirate. He added that some of the insurgents in the province were defeated while the rest fled, freeing the oppressed and honorable people of Panjshir, he said. Mujahid said, "We assure the people of Panjshir Sharif that they will not be discriminated against in any way. They are all our brothers. We will serve together for one country and one goal." With this victory and last effort, the rest of the country will be completely out of the war, and our country will have a peaceful and prosperous life in an atmosphere of freedom, independence, and prosperity, God willing. A day ago, Massoud had welcomed proposals from religious scholars for a negotiated settlement to end the fighting, Reuters reported. Massoud, head of the National Resistance Front of Afghanistan, made the announcement on the group's Facebook page. Earlier, Taliban forces said they had fought their way into the provincial capital of Panjshir after securing the surrounding districts. The Taliban took control of the rest of Afghanistan 3 weeks ago, taking power in Kabul on August 15th after the Western-backed government collapsed and President Ashraf Ghani fled the country. The NRF, in principle, agreed to solve the current problems and put an immediate end to the fighting and continue negotiations, Massoud said in the Facebook post. To reach a lasting peace, the NRF is ready to stop fighting on condition that Taliban also stop their attacks and military movements on Panjshir and Andarab, he said, referring to a district in the neighboring province of Baghlan. A large gathering of all sides with the Ulama Council of Religious Scholars could then be held, he said. Earlier, Afghan media outlets reported that religious scholars had called on the Taliban to accept a negotiated settlement to end the fighting in Panjshir. There was no immediate response from the Taliban. On Sunday, the NRFA also confirmed that its main spokesman, Fahim Dashti, had been killed during the day. Dashti had survived the suicide attack that killed Massoud's father, Ahmad Massoud, on September 9, 2001, just days before the September 11 attacks on the United States. He had been one of the main sources of updates from the area as the Taliban pressed in on opposition forces, issuing a defiant series of statements on Twitter, vowing that resistance would continue. Massoud, who leads a force made up of remnants of regular Afghan army and special forces units, as well as local militia fighters, called for a negotiated settlement with the Taliban before the fighting broke out around a week ago. Taliban spokesman Bilal Karimi said earlier on Sunday that their forces had made it into the provincial capital, Bazarak, and had captured large quantities of weapons and ammunition. Panjshir, a rugged mountain valley, still littered with the wreckage of Soviet tanks destroyed during the long war in the 1980s to oust the Soviet presence, has proved very difficult to overcome in the past. Under Ahmad Massoud, the region long resisted control by both the invading Soviet army and by the Taliban government that previously ruled from 1996 to 2001. But that effort was helped by supply routes leading north to the border, which were closed off by the Taliban's sweeping victory last month. Thank you to all the deaf and hearing people around the world for connecting with us. If you enjoy the video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.